So this animation is a little older. It's like a year. I mean, super duper old in internet standards. But this is a Genshin third anniversary Light in the Abyss. I saw like someone reacting to like a portion of it. I saw Dane and I was like, huh, I wonder if there's a whole video. So here it is. Um, Turn it up a little bit. There we go. So yeah, Light in the Abyss. In the Abyss. Okay, so first off, I would love to see the destruction of Conria in game. I know we've seen like glimpses of it, like the aftermath essentially, but I want to see what actually happened. We've heard about what happened. We've seen the glimpse of the aftermath of what happened. I want to see the whole event. I want to see fully what started it. We know what started it, but things play out in game to where, whether it be a flashback, Dane finally opening up and we getting a flashback, whether it be like animated like this or, in-game graphics. But I would love to see the fall of Conria. That would be amazing because ever since the beginning of the game we've heard about Conria, the destruction of Conria, Celestia, you know, destroying Conria, the people of Conria being turned into like hilly churls in the abyss and this and that. How everyone wants, you know, the destruction of Conria led to so many things, um, and especially against the heavenly principles. The Conrians want the heavenly principles to fall. The abyss wants them to fall. Everyone is against the heavenly principles. Um, but like this, like if that's a kid, imagine being in Conria and the freaking gods are coming down to destroy it. You know, all because some sinners decided to do some bad things. It's basically like, up, corporal punishment. One of you guys did something bad, so you're all gonna suffer now. So you have these kids turning into hilly churls and in these other monstrosities over something that most of the people, like 99.9% of the people there, had no knowledge of. So I mean, imagine you're just a kid trying to go out your day, and then suddenly the gods attack, and you're turned into an abyss creature. Wow. Wow. That was really good. That was really good. Can't believe I haven't seen that up until now. Um, but freaking yeah, like I said, Conria, you know, oh god, I would have loved to see Zhongli in his prime. Yeah, like I said, innocent kids. These kids, nothing to do with anything that was happening, and yet they're forced to turn into, hilly churls and other abyssal creatures, which I mean, the gods don't care. Like I said, it's corporal punishment. One technically it wasn't just one person; it was a few people. But you had someone like the captain, you had Dainsleif, you had all these other Conrians who had no idea really that this was even going on. There were things going on. And then suddenly the freaking, Heavenly Principles comes down. It's like just so anyway, I started blasting, you know? Um, but you had the that this shot was really cool. This shot was really cool. Seeing something that massive. Um, God. But A lost their sister. Guizhong died. Um, Yaksha, like Zhao and his little crew, his people died. He's like the only one left. Um, Rukkhadevada died. So you had so many people who were affected due to uh, the heavenly principles wanting to attack Conria. Um, so you got the Yaksha. I forgot his name, but we kind of met him, but you got like the Cataclysm and yeah, it, I and then what we see is basically the aftermath. When we see Lumine's memory or whatever, we see, you know, basically the aftermath of Conria. It's been destroyed. You see the giant red cubes all over the place. Um, by this point, everyone is pretty much dead or turned into the some abyssal creature. I would assume by this point, Dainsleif and everyone else, whoever is pretty much immortal at this point, was cursed with immortality. Um, like I said, I really hope we get to see it in game. You know, because we know so many Conrians, whether it be alive or dead. We know Dainsleif, we know the captain, Piero. Um, I think we met like Ankonomia. We met some Conrians. Um, Guthred, in Natlan. Um, let's see who else. Kaya is kind of descent. He is technically Conrian. You can tell by the his eyes. He's technically Conrian, although he's not old enough to be Conrian. He is just descended. Um, yeah, we've met a few Conrians. Caliber, when we were partying with him and his little quest, and that. Uh, Caribear, yeah, was it Caliber? Caribear, I think it was Caribear, right? Which that one was, oof, oh, that was brutal. That was brutal, especially the end. But this is one of those things that have been talked about for so long in game that I wonder if they're really going to show us, or is it going to be just kind of in game, like in game hints. Um, because I think we'll eventually go to Control, or at least where Conrail was, considering it's still probably ruins. And we'll probably get more backstory there, but whenever we go to Conria, we're not going to go there for a while. We still have a bunch of mini areas to go to. We've still got Snezhnaya to go to and meet where we meet the Tsaritsa. And I think when we're finally ready to kind of launch our assault on Celestia, because I think that's what we're going to be doing, The whole point is pretty much to topple Celestia because it's terrible people up there. We'd have to kind of go back to Conria and kind of discover things, tech or magic or something to kind of aid us in our fight against the gods. Um, so obviously we'll find out more about the sinners but yeah, this was really good. And again, it's really a subject that people want to see more of. I will have order. He just so casually just drops a moon-sized meter. He's just like, um, these are the kinds of archons I want to see. The full power of the archon, not this, watered down versions that we have in game. I want to see what the archons are truly capable of, because in lore, you know what they're capable of. The Mujin or whatever gorge and Inazuma, that was from just casually swiping her sword. That entire gorge was made, and it's still electrified. The Gaiun Stone Forest, that was because of, throwing down freaking stone spears to pin down Sile. The Golden Apple Archipelago, that was part of Mondstadt, and then Venti blasted it into the ocean with his wind. So I would really love to see what these gods were really capable of. God-like powers, not just like, oh hey, look, oh I'm really fast in combat. But then like you can have someone who's probably better. No, I want to see what they were truly capable of. But yeah, Genshin looks like all nice and happy and somewhat, but then you see this stuff and you're reminded how dark it actually is. Again, like kids had nothing to do with any of the crap going on, and because of that, like, so anyway, it was a great animation, great music, great visuals. Like, Hoyo, seriously, if this person isn't working for you, what are you doing? What are you doing? But yeah, let me know your favorite lore bits so far in the game. And why it's Conria. Everyone seems like everyone. I want to actually see more of Celestia, but of course that's where the gods are, so they're not going to show us up there yet. But every update or whatever that comes out, it gets a little more clear and a little more 3D modeled, and it starts to look like an actual threat. Before it was just like a 2D picture just slapped in the sky, but now it's a full like 3D model. So each time, and it's gonna be like the moon in Majora's Mask. It's just gonna keep getting closer or something. But I would love to see Celestia. People think the login screen is Celestia, but I don't think that's the case. If you look at Celestia and the login screen, it looks nothing alike. It might have similar architecture, but it's not the same place. But anyway, yeah, let me know your favorite bit of lore in game so far. Have you been playing since the beginning? And where do you hope to see Genshin in 5 years, story-wise? But anyway, that's gonna do for me. You guys know the drill. I'll see you guys later. Bye, guys.